Ramy, do you want to stay alone forever?
Mom, you can't just walk up to a Muslim girl and like start spitting game or something. Like, what am I supposed to say? Like, hey, can I get your father's number?
Yes, why not?
For me, so much of the show has been, we create a story about this family, and so there's 2 generations here in America, and so many of the stories I'd always seen were like, you watch the first gen kids kind of be like, I don't want to be like you, mom and dad. I want to do my own thing, and then it's kind of like a fight, and that wasn't really my experience, and for me, it's always been, I want to be part of the culture, but I also, want to be part of the culture we're raised in here too, being in America. And so that was very much the focus that we started the series with. And then as we go through, it's like, okay, this series is kind of about, what you believe and then what you actually do, and then that space in between those things. And as we're really developing that, it's like, okay, well, we want to see what it's like for other people in the family, because that informs kind of, okay, if I'm playing the son, but like what's going on with the mom, what's going on with the sister, the daughter, and really stylistically, we really like to be focused in the show, as you've seen. And so it was like, cool, let's be stylistically really focused on the mom's experience. We're really focused on the sister's experience. I don't have to be, in those episodes in order for it to still have, the point of view of the show. And so we were really excited to do that. I think comedy's just a bit more grounded right now, which is really cool. That's totally obviously had an impact. But I do think the kind of central character engine here was the thing that we were like, well, we know we want to do this and play this differently, where we want to have people who are really actually trying to integrate their culture in their life, or who actually, characters who, have faith but are struggling with it, and really leading with, the Muslim family unit as the central point of view was something that, we were like, okay, cool, like, we want to do this in a cinematic way, and we want to do it in a grounded way. And yeah, so it's exciting to even be in the conversation as, other grounded comedies. Yeah. Yeah, I think so much of what I think so much of the statement of the show is really kind of trying to shift the context of the conversations that we're having. So we're having all these conversations about Muslims, we're having conversations about sex, we're having conversations about consent. These are really kind of like hot button things that people kind of come at from their stance. And I think so much of what we try to do as comedians is just mess with the stance. It's not even like I want you to have a certain way to feel about it. I just want you to be less planted in your own stance and less planted in your own, point of view. I don't want to change it. It's just, can we look at it from a slightly different angle? And that was always kind of the goal. So it's less about making, a statement that someone can take home, but it's more kind of like, okay, like keep thinking what you think, but maybe this throws a little bit of a wrench in it, and maybe, there's something that about the emotionality of this scene, or about, the way that you saw these characters that, just makes it sit with you a little bit different. It's not about making political statements for me. Like, not only am I not a politician, but it's like, I don't really know, like, I'm a comedian. Like, I dropped out of college. Like, this isn't like me telling you what the world should look like. This is just a point of view and of many, and again, it's just about messing with the context a little bit, and, finding pockets of something you didn't know that you could feel, or, you didn't know could be funny. And yeah, grounding it in a place where it's about personal responsibility. So it's not about attacking politics or the president, and it's not about attacking religion or culture. It's about interrogating yourself. And so the main focus of all these episodes and of the show is to be like as introspective as possible. And I think that it immediately makes it like less of a statement, because it's not, I'm not, again, yeah, this isn't like a how-to or like how things should be. It's just, the questions that I ask of myself put into these stories. Yeah, it's interesting because it's like I'm about to tape my hour for HBO next month, like the week. It's like I'm taping it and then that week also the show comes out. And so it is a lot of what I've been working on. But thankfully, for like 10 years, I haven't put anything out. Like I was someone who just like was only just working it out on stage and really like, and I was excited actually when we finished shooting the first season because there were a bunch of ideas where it's like, oh man, we really wanted to do that episode, or oh man, we really wanted to do this thing. And so it's like hopefully getting to roll into a second season with already a bunch of stuff that didn't get to happen. And so I'm actually like, I don't feel like the tank is empty in any way. If anything, it's like getting to make it and you watch it, even you watch your own show and you're kind of like, oh, this is what it is, because you don't know what it is until you can actually press play. And then now knowing that and now seeing that, it's totally re-energizing for kind of just the whole, set of like the next conversations,